Let's talk to Ryan. He's a Chelsea fan and he's not a fan of Pochettino. Is it time to go for Pochettino, Ryan?
Definitely. I want him out of my club now, and like now is an understatement. I want him out of my club 3 months ago. I'm not happy. I seen the highlights today. I wasn't able to go to the game. I saw the highlights. Defensively, we were awful. Both goals that we conceded, Disasi in the first one, the lack of communication between him and Petrovic caused us to concede the first goal, and then the second goal, amazing goal by Vissa. But our defence just stood and watched it happen. And I know at this point, I'd rather we lose than win just to get Poch sacked.
Just want to say, Ryan, intriguing, but I throw it back. Like, where do you go if Pochettino goes? Have you got a manager in mind? Because we have this a lot with United fans where Ten Hag's got to go, and then you ask the question, well, who are you going to replace him with? Well, that's not my job. And it's like, well, but you want to sack him. You should also, you're hypothetically sacking him. Who are you hypothetically bringing in? Do you think there's anybody that can come into Chelsea and do something with what I describe as a bunch of misfits, basically? Just loads of money spent on the wrong players.
I do. He's the bookie's favourite at the moment, Jose Mourinho.
God.
I honestly would take him back because he's in the history of football, he's probably one of, if not the best defensive-minded coaches to ever play the game. To ever manage the game. And the defence that we showed, our defensive ability that we showed today, was absolutely shocking. And Mourinho just wouldn't stand for it. He'd be the type of manager that would be ripping into the players at in the dressing room. And just off of obviously I don't know what happens in the dressing room, but just off of what I see on TV, this, that, and the other, I just think Pochettino's a soft manager. I think I don't think he kind of it's hard to explain. I just don't think he uses his authority properly. If that makes sense.
No, I agree. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for calling in. I agree with you about Pochettino. He does look like a passive manager, but I'll tell you straight away, Mourinho will fail at Chelsea, and he'll fail for 2 reasons. One, that team is ridiculously young, and he's not interested in that. He's interested in ready-to-go players, and too many of those Chelsea players need developing, and he can't do that. And 2, the reason Mourinho got sacked by Manchester United, the reason he got sacked by Chelsea is because he tried this authoritarian manager style that the modern footballer won't put up with. And at Chelsea, they turned on him. And at Man United, they turned on him and he lost his job. This mythical Mourinho that was great and goes down as one of the greatest managers there's ever been will not function in the Premier League because you can't treat players like that anymore. Not that he was a bully or anything like that. He was an authoritarian, and players aren't interested in that. They're multimillionaires, the modern game. They're not bothered about that. And also Mourinho's style of football, it won't work in the Premier League. You can't play like that anymore. You've got to press high up the pitch. You've got to play through the lines. You've got to have a high line. I just think Mourinho's a fantasy for Chelsea fans, and they need to look more at the structure, to be honest. You'd be better off bringing Tuchel back, in my opinion.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.